I can't believe this is my life right now, man. Let's go. Regular season's over. I shouldn't be this hyped for sneaking in the playoffs, but I did it. I'm in. The playoff pool is set. 7 people make the playoffs. 7 people don't. It's tough if you're one of those bottom 7, but couldn't be me, boy. Let's go. And yeah, so here's the final look at the league here. We had 3 teams at 9-5, 3 teams at 8-6. We had 4 teams finish at 7-7. Clay was at 6-8, and then the bottom of the barrel teams. I said at the beginning of the season that this East Division is crazy stacked. I didn't think it would actually matter, but it came down and it really mattered. Not a single team in this division was below 500, and this division being so hard actually kind of fucked Briggs over because Pouchon took the division in the head-to-head and then lost the 1 seed to Cal in head-to-head. And if they had all been in the same division, like I suggested, Briggs would have been the 1 seed simply by points for. But there you go. Nah, it wasn't my call. People shot it down. So yeah, here's the finalized playoff bracket. We got a lot of fun matchups here. Cal got the bye, which is boring and sucks for everyone involved because now the top of this bracket is the most cakewalky Mickey Mouse shit of all time. Rob and Ish and Cal, one of those 3 is in the championship. That's horrible. The 4 top scorers in the league this year are in the bottom half of this bracket. It's going to be a gauntlet. You already know I'm betting myself to come out. But yeah, let's get into the matchup. So yeah, first matchup of the week. If this is any indication about what Rob's about to do in the playoffs, then Ish is cruising into the next round, and I'm in a lot of trouble if this is the Pouchon I run up against. Evan Ingram can't play like that again. What a game. Gabe Davis, I've been telling you all year, he either has 120 yards and a touchdown or he has 0 catches for 0 yards, and that's what he did this week. They even won the game. So Rob just lost his quarterback for the season. Monty didn't look good. Rob's in real trouble of just straight up choking and losing, but good for him he got Ish. So this matchup sucked. Rob, you suck. You're horrible. And I want everyone in the league to go pick up a quarterback so Rob doesn't have a quarterback. God. All right. So this was a Maish must-win, even though it didn't end up mattering. He got up to 7-7. I'm not really going to talk about Rag here. He was already in the playoffs. His team's okay. Maish was at 3-7 4 weeks ago, and he promised everyone that he was going to make the playoffs. He then won 4 in a row, got to 500, and lost just because he didn't have any tiebreakers and he didn't have the points for. I mean, it's just brutal. I'm sorry, Maish. You did your best, and I should have picked you to win this week. Your team went off. Reed was a great start. Cook has been much better. And this team would honestly probably have a better chance in the playoffs than like Rob or Ish. So, sorry, bud. I mean, Ish got so lucky. If he loses this matchup, he's not in the playoffs, and he gets laid up with fucking Scott's dog shit team. Stroud got hurt and was horrible before he got hurt. Najee's horrible. Jake Mason got a lucky touchdown. I don't know what he was doing in Scott's starting lineup. Cooper Kupp and Nakua played fine, but Jesus, man. I mean, Ish is going to just sneak out. He was 7-2, and now he's 8-6, and he barely made the playoffs. Like, he was 1 week of playing a decent team away from not making the playoffs. This team's not very good. Derrick Henry has not been rushing the ball well. He's just been, his last 3 games, he's had 2 touchdowns in each. So if that dries up at least even a little bit, Derrick Henry's not going to be a good player. His RB2's been horrible. Terry McLaurin's not a good option. OBJ is somehow his best wide receiver or most consistent. I guess Garrett Wilson's been fine. I don't know. Isha's team is not looking great right now. Sutton also pulled it off. He got up to 7-7. It just didn't work. Sutton was another one. I don't think he had a tiebreaker over many people. Just didn't beat the right teams. The Cal looked horrible. McCaffrey had 72 yards on the first play from scrimmage, and otherwise he didn't do much. The Dolphins running backs did Sutton well. See, Sutton's another team that I think would do better in the playoffs right now than me or Rob or Ish, like, I don't know, or Cal even. If Keenan Allen is not going to have his quarterback and he's injured, Madison's injured, like, Cal's in trouble here. But he has fancy Jesus, so who knows. Sutton, I'm sorry, 7-7, solid season. You're not making it back to the offs, though. Cal, you got the 1 seed, even though you lost. I don't. Shout out Pushan, I guess. Goddamn, Hayden. The upset of the century, and this could be a league-saving win by Hayden. He didn't have to do it. He was already in last place. He was going to be last place whether he won or not, but a true man of the people. He took Briggs away from that bye, and now instead of cakewalking to the final after a bye week and then the winner of Ish and Rob, Hayden has to play Rag and then the winner of me and Pushan to get to the finals. Our league might be saved, and it's all thanks to you, Hayden. Jalen Waddle outplayed Tyreek Hill thanks to an injury. Breece Hall and Gibbs dominated. Locke was okay, which was surprising. Cole Kmet outplayed Laporta, and Jerome Ford outplayed Jamar Chase. What a win, a dominating win. Tyreek Hill injury and Justin Jefferson injury, so, I mean, Briggs is deep enough to where it's not going to matter that much, but it's going to matter. I mean, Tyreek Hill's wide receiver 1. If he's even a little bit restricted, it's going to be tough, especially since the Dolphins' playoff schedule is pretty brutal. So, yeah, Hayden, you're a hero. You still came in last, but I will never forget this. Thank you so much. I mean, I didn't mean to put this before mine because this is the matchup of the week. I'll be talking about this one for a while. So both teams needed to win to get to 7-7. Brett gets the win, but doesn't get the tiebreaker. Clay, even if he won, he wouldn't have gotten the tiebreaker over me either. So this ended up being a pointless game. Everyone needed Ish to lose because that's where they would have gotten the tiebreakers, not over me. What can I say? So yeah, like Sunday morning, Brett just hadn't started his lineup because he was still salty about the Steelers and Zeke Elliott scoring 27. But I made him set his lineup, even though if it might have ended up fucking me in the end. But I accidentally fucked Clay. I don't think Clay would have gotten in. He still needed each to lose. But, I mean, this was the highest scoring matchup. Everyone in this matchup went off. I mean, Zeke and Saquon combined for 60. I mean, 50? What is it? It's 2016 all over again. I mean, Lamar played awesome again. I mean, Clay's best player all season, Amon-Ra, played horrible, and that was it. Poor Brett. Brett's another team where I think he probably would have been better in the playoffs than half of the playoff teams. Drake London finally had his game. Zay Flowers had another game. I might have fucked up by trading away Joe Mixon because the second I traded him away, he's been awesome. And I got Josh Jacobs, who was on bye and then got injured. So Brett fleeced me all just for me to go to the playoffs and for him not. So that trade didn't work out well for anyone. That was bad. That really sucked. In the matchup that didn't end up mattering, my horrible, horrible team absolutely shat the bed, and it did not matter. Deebo Samuel and Brandon Aubrey combined for 57 points, and I lost, but I still got in the playoffs. My team is in real danger of getting rolled by Pushan this week. Diggs has looked horrible. I need Dalton Schultz back. Jacobs is hurt. Swift has been awful. Tua's downward spiral. Yeah, I mean, I lost to a Makosi team who barely broke 110. Not looking good. I need the boys to get their mojo back. So big week upcoming. Big locker room week. Got to have some good practices. Got to be dialed in. And yeah, here's my final recap of the year, of the regular season. I went 51-47 overall. I fumbled a little bit in these last couple weeks as I started picking with my heart over my head. But a couple good upsets here. Hayden got the win, which I didn't expect. Makosi beat me, which I didn't expect. It's been a fun regular season, boys. But now it's time to lock in 7 men standing. Let's rock.